Hello world. Today I am going to do a flip through of my second nature junk journal. If you watched my flip through of the first nature junk journal, you got to see pictures of the original junk journal that had 4 signatures in it, but it was ridiculously large. So I cut it in 2 and made 2 separate journals. This was journal 1, which I already did a flip through of. You can watch that video if you like. I'm going to put that aside back here on my junky table, and I'm going to do flip through of Nature 2. Nature 2 has the original cover from the original 4 signature journal, and I forgot to embed the ribbon tie in it, so I just wrapped it around. I'm going to remove that. The cover is basically the same, made out of cardboard, wrapped in packaging paper, brown packaging paper, and then on the front I just basically pulled this piece of corrugated cardboard with the decorations on it off of the old cover and slapped it right on here. The spine is covered with a bit of grungy looking burlap ribbon that I took from the spine of the original, and then just some corrugated cardboard on the back. Right now it's plain because I really like that look. All right, let's have a look. Try to get it centered in the camera so you can see it. Oh, see, even cut in half, this is a big journal. This is the second 2 signatures that were in the original journal. I think this one is my favorite. Let's have a look. I covered the inside front with a bit of old fabric. This came from an old comforter that I had. I even made one of those long duster jackets out of this fabric. It's pretty cool. Made a pocket out of some cardstock and put this document folder in it that I made out of more cardstock. Got a little ephemera on there. I covered the little arms of the brad with that burlap ribbon. It's pretty cool. And it's just got wildlife and stuff in it. Throughout, I have these little folded papers that I love. This came from a wildlife book that I had. Ooh, I think I just really liked that it was black and white. I could color it if I wanted. And here's some stickers. Some of that shiny sticker that I said before, and the other one that I'm not sure I like the shiny stickers. I'm not sure I will use them anymore, but we'll see. Gotta get that tucked in there good for it to fold. And wrap that back around. There we go. And tuck it in. All right, this first page is relatively blank, just a regular, this is a piece of cardstock with a page from a book in it. I'll put this ribbon across and put a little quote from Leonardo da Vinci about nature. This is just a piece of a digital download. I just like it, so I'm just going to probably leave that way. And here I made this pocket out of, this is first of all, a little thin sheet of paper bag, I think. And I made this pocket out of an index card. I just put ink all over it. It looks kind of weird. And this is some really cool cardstock and some nature on the back. Bobcat. I'm a big cat lover. And this pocket is just made from the inside cover of a music book, I think. And when I inked it, I tea-dyed it, it kind of ran. I kind of like it that way, though, the ink, you see. I think I'm talking gibberish. This is just some cardstock, and this is from a Patterns in Nature book. And I guess I just put these in here because they, too, are patterns in nature. And throughout this journal, there are little teeny frog cutouts that I just stuck here and there out of different, I cut them out of different cardstock. Okay, this one we've got a little bit of ephemera to hold that. It's a cinnamon teal there, flips. This is a little bit of ephemera on shells, and I think this is my covered paper clip. Yeah, this one unfolds. I've got some pictures on there, but it unfolds into this picture of a pond and mountains, or actually a mountain stream into a pond with all the different kinds of wildlife. I just really liked that and wanted to include it in my journal. put that back there, and it is covering back here the different kinds of big birds of prey, I think on bald eagles. And oh, there's another one of those little frogs. This is just a ripped tuck pocket and with some ephemera in it. And I put washi tape, 3 rows of washi tape, because I found this page rather boring, but I didn't know what else. I didn't want to put more pictures there, so I just decorated it that way. This has got pictures of things I love in nature. This is just, I must have found this in that tile book of tiles that you can purchase and put in your home. And here's one of those envelopes I talked about in the first video with crabs and flamingos. There's still plenty of room to add more stuff in this journal too, and I probably will. I'm a big nature fan, so you never know, I might take more pictures. This is a little tuck pocket just made out of a book page. This is a picture that I actually took. I caught a picture of a bird in flight. Pretty cool. Oh, and on the back, oh gosh, that looks like trees. I don't know where I got that, but that is pretty cool looking. And on the backs of a lot of these pages, I did some stenciling. I like that I did blue here to kind of match the blue of the flowers and the blue of the picture. And there's another one of those little frogs. I left this page blank because I like to be able to see these flowers through it. So this is a card, and if you watched any of the earlier videos, you'll know that I did Mod Podge on the inside of this card. This is the other side. And it ended up shiny and rough, and I didn't know what to do with it. So in the end, I just covered it with pictures. An Eastern Phoebe on this side, red-shouldered hawk on this side. Beautiful pictures, and for a nature book, I think it works. I mean, it would have been nice, and maybe I'll play around with Mod Podge some more later and kind of get some ideas to do some more stuff. And then this is another little, I think this was an envelope, and it had a flip up, but I took the flip up off, and I covered these parts with some book pages and just made some little things. This is one of those sheets that I like to cut it out of the book that I had that just tells you all about different parts of nature. That was your egrets. And in here, well, there's a muskrat, but what is inside? I don't know. This one's just a folded up of different things. Mushrooms, muskrat on that side, musk turtle on that side. Neat. Looks like I put something, yeah, put some paper inside that envelope to make that cool pattern. All right, let's get them back in. Try not to take too long. Once you get me going, I like to talk about all this stuff. Okay, and here we got a picture of mangrove islet in Florida Bay. That's really pretty. Put that back in. And this is from a digi-kit that I got. Folds out. See if you can still see that in the camera. And another little pocket from a digi-kit there with a conch shell. This is called Spatter Dock. Just looks like lily pads to me. Nice rainbow. I mean, I almost called that a rainbow. It's a seahorse, and that's from that tile book. So you could get seahorse tiles for your bath or something. All right. I'm gonna move me back over a little bit. And there's a pocket here with just some little ephemera, butterflies and more fungus, caterpillar, mushrooms. Some of my favorite things. This looks like old map in the background. And then here I made a pocket, multi-pocket out of just a paper bag. It's another one of those fold-out things of stuff in nature that I love. And in the back, I made this big tag. It looks like I just made it out of some cardstock, put stuff over it. And there we have painted bunting. And it went back in here somewhere in the last pocket. And here I just have a picture of bald cypress. Haven't put anything else on that page. And then this is a pocket I created. Somebody did a YouTube video on it, and of course I don't remember who, so I appreciate it with the ragged edges. Love that. And this is just more of my folded up things. Woodpeckers. Let's see what this one is. Ah, palms. I live in Florida, so I like to focus on Florida things. This is just a little dangly thing that I attached here with some beads that I found in my stash. This is a picture of honeycomb, even though it looks like corn. And I attached or stuck this in there, which sometimes I have trouble opening. And it just talks about beeswax and the honeycomb. And I made this little tab thing. Oops. With pictures on it. And this is a fold out of a stilt. And this folds out with osprey. It looks like I've got music page in the background. And here I've got a pocket out of wallpaper that I got from somebody on Etsy. And I've just got all kinds of tags in here. This is from a digital kit of birds. I'll put that down below. This is just some of the collage paper that I made. Another one of the fold out things. And another one. I love vultures. They're not everybody's favorite bird, but I like them. There's the turkey vulture. And a nature book background. Get those back in there. And on this side is the other side of that little short paper bag. And there's a little frog. I don't know if you can see it. And I put this little pocket is actually a tiny little white paper bag. I actually think that this is a shortened, one of those paper bags that you get silverware in like a barbecue restaurant. So I folded it up and made a little pocket out of it. A little seashell there. This is a little fold out thing with crab and water stuff. Oh, sand dollar, like that. Ringneck dove. This is a bit of ephemera. Oh, and this has got your daddy long legs. Love daddy long legs. That's a pocket there. And then this is a pocket here. Had to have something long to go on that. And it's a snake. And I believe this is from the tile book. So you could have snake tile in your house if you wanted. And then there's another index card that I put ink all over. I've got some gold washi tape helping that one stay down. And you might recognize this. This is the top of a Tim Holtz packaging piece. Put an orb weaving spider on it. And just put some insect stuff on the other side. And tied a cute little bow. This is from the tile book, so I created a pocket out of that tile. Well, that picture of a tile. And more thing, mullet. We have a lot of mullet in the Indian River Lagoon, or at least we did. This is another picture from the tile book. And this is just some fabric that I stuck together. I put a little bit of lace on the edge of this page. And this kind of happened by accident. I tried to create a pocket, but nothing would fit in it because it's too tight, and it's still pretty tight. So I ended up cutting it open and folding the bits back. I could probably rough up these edges a little more. And this is just some collage paper that I did. I added a button on there. Just some washi tape on the back. So I could still put anything else in there about nature if I wanted. There we go. This is some of the paper that I originally put in to kind of take up space between the signatures because my original spine was so huge. And this is a pocket that I made with just collaging. And this is a picture of a sunflower that I printed on vellum, or it doesn't feel exactly like vellum, but it's some kind of thin paper, some kind of tissue paper, but a little thicker than tissue. And then I crumpled it up and formed it into a flower again. There's another red-shouldered hawk, one of my favorite birds, and a sora. We only get to see a sora once a year if we're lucky. One time we saw 2 in a year. And this is dryer sheet. I covered this butterfly paper with dryer sheet because it's just so bright. I think it's in, some more of it's in the back of the journal. You'll see how bright it is. And here's, oh, well, there's some right there. It's very bright. And I made a kind of a corner pocket out of that. Stuffed some things in it. Just a bit of collaging. This just looks like a paper bag or paper towel. And and I don't remember where I got this. Probably from something in the mail. And that's from a book. Of course, it's a peacock. And naturally, I put it on that card that has a peacock. I don't usually put inspiring messages like "You're truly radiant." I thought it was with a V. "You're truly radiant." I'm not a big fan of inspiring messages like that, but I really like the picture so much that I decided not to care. And this is a card I found in one of my books, one of my nature books, on a bunch of different snakes and a bunch of different turtles and lizards. I thought I'd just keep that. And this is a multi-pocket made out of a digi-kit. I probably learned how to make that from somebody on YouTube. Thank you very much. I wish I could remember who everybody was. There's a pileated woodpecker. We get those in our yard a lot. More turtles, box turtles. That's just some nice paper. Alrighty. And here's a vellum pocket or double pocket. Bees and a plant called bee balm. I like that. I think I got that picture of a bee from somebody on Facebook. Don't tell them. And water hyacinths and pickerel weed. This is just I actually cut this tag and many others like it out of cardstock using my Cricut, and then covered it with that Russian novel pages. And this page is from Kurt Cobain's journals, a book that I have. Oops. Sorry about that. Oh, and I put this funky fat yarn on the top of it. Okay, and this is just a digi print page, and I just did a cluster with some ribbons, and I actually sewed the button on there. I kind of like that. And just a little butterfly there. And this is one of those bird prints. I just printed that one out as a half page. Really lovely birds. And this is a piece of music page that I tea dyed. This is a card. And on here, just some pictures. I stenciled the background, and I stenciled some there. And I think this might be from Patterns in Nature book. I'm not sure, but I just left it blank because I just like it the way it is. Added some lace. And this is the other side of it. Made a little pocket. This is from the tile book that I had. And this is another piece of packaging from Tim Holtz. Just put some stickers on it. Left the fold in it. This is from the nature book with some stickers on it. And here I made a lace pocket. And it looks like I put it on some tea dyed paper. I just put the lace on top of that. And made this little tag with a little brad of a butterfly. Another little thing from the tile book, made a pocket out of that. And this is some old ephemera, a lazuli bunting, and what's that one? Yellow-throated vireo. I've seen a vireo before, but I've never seen a lazuli bunting. Oop. I've got to pause now. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. That was a little weird. Where was I? Okay, and I put on the edge of this page some ribbon that I got from that Trims on Wheels place, and I will link to that down below. It's the coolest ribbon. Fold that back over. And this is a picture that I got from Color Garden Book, I think. Put a little tab on that. Oh, and it's on the back of an envelope, and this has those fold-out things that I love to look at, all different kinds of things in nature. I think those are all birds. California sea lion, which I did get to see when I went out to San Francisco for a trip. And this is parchment paper, dyed parchment paper pocket that I had to help stay down with some washi tape. And I put this little ring thing on the tag. Oh, and this is, hope you can see it, that is a bittern. It's a funny looking bird. Usually you see them in profile, but this one's face on. You can see his little eyes. That's the cutest thing. And behind that, weeping willow tree. One of my favorite trees. I really only see them up north. Let me see if I can get that to lay down good. And it looks like we have just a big collage of stuff in the background there. And here, this is more of that wallpaper that I made into a pocket. And this tag is covered in, that may be wallpaper there. And I put a little ribbon for a tab. Horseshoe crabs. You don't get to see them as much down here as we used to. And this folds out. This is from the Patterns in Nature book. Folds out to show the magnolia tree. Another picture from the tile book. Very cute. Pigeon there. And another little semi-cluster of ribbons with a butterfly brad in that one. I love the little fringe up there. And this is actually fabric here attached to a paper bag. There's the other side of the paper bag. I did some stamping. It's another picture from the tile book that I made into a pocket. Where's this? That just looks like a lovely Florida street, but it's actually a street in Massachusetts. And those are called carnivorous bladderworts. They feed on tiny animals. What does it say about them? They capture the tiny animals in underwater traps. How lovely. And this is an envelope. I covered this side with some of that wallpaper that I got. Open it up, stenciled there. And inside, I created this. This was some packaging for something, I don't remember what. I just put a bit of ribbon from the Trims on Wheels on the bottom of it. And this is a picture I took of a great blue heron carrying a stick, probably building his nest. Put that back in, and inside here, male red-winged blackbird, one of my favorite birds, and beautiful cardinal. Okay, oops, gotta fold that down. And another one of those beautiful bird prints. This time I put a Lao Tzu quote on it. And here's more brown paper, stenciled, a pocket made out of some book page from somewhere. More nature pages tucked in there. And this pocket is made out of cardstock. And this is from Cobain's journal. And fold over, more collage background with some pictures. A manatee, we get a lot of manatees here. And this is from an old atlas that I got. These are, oops, hold on, put that back in. These are CD holders, and the pictures that you see in them are actually the background that I managed to glue in there. All right, somehow, yeah, it's just glued in there, and then this part is covered. So I could still slide a picture of something else in there. These parts are the backgrounds, but I haven't done that yet. And here's just a little warbler, and I did some sewing around the edges of this page. I thought it just gave it a little extra something. Not sewing, you know what I mean. Well, hand sewing. I tied a little bow. And this is a little envelope that I stenciled. Tuck one of those bird digitals on it. Put some inking on it. And I just put some more nature stuff in it. Let's tuck those back in. Might want to shore that up with some washi tape at some point. So I made a fabric roll. Where where you lay out a bunch of fabric and sew it together and roll it all up and then use snippets of it however you might want. And I made this kind of like a belly band, but it goes pretty far to the center, so it's almost like just a pocket. And I tucked inside just some pictures that I found that I love. This goes this way, ocean wave, more bees. Oh no, that's a hoverfly. Looks like a bee, but it's not. All right, let's tuck those back in. There's still plenty of room I could put in there. And some more lace. And this is a pocket I made just out of ribbons. Tucked some more ephemera in there. Daisies. And this is the other side of that butterfly triangular pocket. Just collaged on the back there. Another one of those envelopes. Dolly Parton quote about storms make trees take deeper roots. And that is a picture from the tile book. That tile book was really a great buy. I found that at the Goodwill. All right, we're coming to the end. This is more of that fabric roll. I made a pocket of it here. Put some more of my nature pages in there. More of that butterfly paper. And this is some cardstock that I got. I made a pocket out of that. And tucked a couple more cards in there. And I stenciled the background there. All right, that is the end of Nature 2. Now I've started to work on my journal for my trip to Europe. That one is turning out to be much more complicated than I thought, so wish me luck. I don't know how long it'll take me before I do a video on that, so thanks for watching.